Recently, I have found myself spending a lot of time with my family. With my senior year coming to a close end, I want to spend as much time with my family as I possibly can. And last night, I decided to do so. So, my family and I decided to take part in one of the current TikTok trends. You know, the one with their older family members saying the new generation vocabulary, and with the younger family members obviously having some water in their mouth to help them with the trend. And once they say something funny, they spit it right out. And what I thought was the funniest thing in the world was the fact that my father was very, very familiar with the word hawk tuah. Yes, I know, what an awful thing to say, but he definitely knew how to say that word. I was just as shocked as you were, but it ended up with water all over our dining room floor and table. But we wouldn't be able to have such an amazing time with my family if we didn't have these current trends like we do now. Because stated from Internet Society, due to the recent TikTok ban, we have noticed a loss of family time and actually a loss of numbers and products being produced for the United States and other countries. Which leads me to my question today. How would a current TikTok ban, a global TikTok ban in the United States, affect the company's business globally? And the answer is simply negatively. But more specifically, 1, geopolitics will be ghosted, 2, diversity will be canceled, and 3, China will eventually be rizzed. So, with geopolitics being ghosted, right now, currently, we have focused on how much is going on in the world because media research has proven the fact that right now, many people actually rely on the internet as a source of all of the current political issues, which I will say I have relied on that too. I use TikTok as a main source of some information. And I know it's bad, but I find myself correcting it afterwards. But TikTok has been a great helping to society. In foreign countries, we can see how much people are being affected by it. But the thing is, in the United States, we will see how awful it is for the younger generation using TikTok as a way to be publicly known. But that won't happen the later that they grow up. But it will continue to happen if the temporary ban continues to be put in place. But that temporary ban caused more harm than good. Once it was lifted, we have noticed a better geopolitical stance on some people. More people have become familiar with the trend is what rationalized you. And tons of people have spoken on how they feel, what rationalized them to be more open about their political stances and more open on how they feel with current wars going on. Right now, Russia and Ukraine war, that has been going on for over 3 years, stated from Harvard University. Harvard Law knows that many years of the war going on has actually caused a lack of infrastructure database programs for the United States to continue with the TikTok database because it is worsening. But it's also caused a lot of diversification in knowing what's going on. So diversification will be canceled. And that is all because of TikTok having a temporary ban. We have used TikTok as a sense of having a better diversity, better examples of culture, more broad opinions and answers. This is a great source of education, but obviously people shouldn't use it as their main source of education because it has caused a lack thereof. But stated from geographical research, we have noted that many people believe diversification is one of the great and many things America has to offer. But with current laws from Trump's 100 first days, we have noticed how we simply want to get rid of that. We don't want as much diversification as there is now. But with TikTok, if we were to get the United States to have that diversity shown in the United States, we will be able to spread it across a global stance and have people come to us more as one. But in the end, China will also be one of the main factors to do so. China will be rizzed. And what I mean by that is the current TikTok database is bringing in $16 billion from the United States alone. And China is actually bringing in more. But the thing is, if TikTok were to be banned, it would cause the business to have a global infrastructural problem. TikTok relies on the United States from the amount of media that is actually produced. But little do we know that Geographic inserts a research stating that we actually need TikTok to have that temporary ban lifted, which it has been on some phones, but not on others. Because China is going to use that database and actually cause TikTok to go under more than what they already are. But in the end, we need to find ourselves not worrying so much about whether an app is going to go down, because we always have others. But we need to focus more on how we can find ourselves using more valuable things, like family. Family is the number one reason for us to be here. It's how it all started. So go home and spend some time with your family, just like I did. And if you want, do some silly little TikTok trend too.